Well, I am even later than I said. Not that I expected anyone to come to this late night impromptu. Just, Mr. Krilix here, or someone said something about his name sounding like a cereal. They were thinking Kix. I think Pricks works rather well. Kid test it. Griffin fanboy approved. Just like I called whatever that dude Baka. I wonder if anyone got that reference or was just so outraged and so triggered over the term Baka that they did not acknowledge it. Okay, I did want to cover something real quick. Oh, he's trying to claim that in a comment. Crix. He's trying to say I blindly defended him during the debate. I don't know about that. I was obviously wrong on. That's his opinion. Okay. Yeah, I did not blindly defend him, but he can have his opinion. Yeah. I still do all my own shit and with the exception of one. I didn't say he didn't. Old Brother Near drama even tried to debate Sean the Legend, and Sean the Legend trolled him. Gamer King, some insignificant person. Thank you, Pat. Another Brother Near. Again, a Brother Near lolcow of My Name is Death. Here's one that's not Brother Near, and here, another thing that Brother Near jumped on. Obviously his cup of tea. So, one, I could be wrong. This could be something from Brother Near's group. Just want to address that. But the real thing I'm here to address, and of course, technique. Thank you, Creed, for this suggestion. Oh, okay, let's get this going. I skipped ahead to test the volume. Hopefully the volume level's good. Probably a little low overall, but this might be a little bit loud.
By the way, we are going to be checking out an absolutely big brain video from a YouTuber by the name of Anna Waifu. Now, the best way I can explain her type of content is she makes video game commentary videos, but also she makes just random synthetic man like defense videos. I don't really know how the fuck to explain it. I mean,
she has a really weird branding, Crix. But at least this is fair. Yeah, she makes really weird content, very synthetic man-centric. I find a lot of her content amusing, but cringy could be another way of putting it. But that's all subjective with the humor.
She's pretty much obsessed with Synthetic Man. I mean, fuck, Synthetic Man is literally in her YouTube banner. But that alone should show you the amount of galaxy brain energy that's about to come from this video. Which, speaking of, the title of this...
Okay. Sorry. Continue on, Crix.
Absolutely wonderful video is how casual gamers ruin gaming. And just to give you an example of the room temperature IQ thoughts that are taking place in this video, she literally says that most if not all casuals are lefties. So I guess according to her, if you're a casual player, then you're a fucking leftist. But with that being said, go ahead and sit back, relax.
Yeah, but going through it, I think it was supposed to be humorous. I had my own critique of that, but you really should have waited for that section. Sorry. I meant I have issues. Oh, poisoning the well. It's better just to bring that up later on in the video. At least this is better than Baka's video. By leagues far.
And let's see how casual gamers ruin gaming.
Oh boy, another video about politics and gaming because I hate myself. So what are we going to talk about today, kiddos? Well, it's going to be about how casuals ruin gaming, and it might get political at some areas, so I guess leave if that bothers you. This video is going to be about everything than just casuals, so I hope you enjoy this video.
So since she is going to be talking about politics in this video, I will not be taking any sides. When she actually talks about politics, I will simply only be pointing out the stupidity, as personally, I don't feel like
Okay. Then center, or at least doesn't want to get political. I can respect that. Also, little spineless, but maybe he's a centrist. Sort of doubt it.
Getting into politics all that much on this channel, because it is the easiest way to lose half of your viewer base. But with that disclaimer out of the way, let's get back.
Oh, it's for the grift. Sorry, he doesn't want to disenfranchise any of the members of his audience. What am I thinking? Former fan of Griffin, like the rest of this group. So, you know how fun that goes.
Back to the video.
Hey, Greg.
Ever since I was 6 years old, I've played video games. My first ever exposure to gaming was a Game Boy my mom gave me that she had, and I played Pokemon Red for hours and hours.
Yeah, we don't care. Let's go ahead and skip this and get to the interesting parts.
Video games have always led into a specific niche.
And we're already starting off magnificently, because no, video games have not always been in a specific niche. Ever since I was born, video games have been extremely fucking popular, and even before that, I mean hell, the original Doom from 1993 was installed on more computers than fucking Windows XP at the time.
And that is a niche. Computer gamers was a niche market. He says he actually watched my video covering his debate with Brother Near 2.0. I don't think he did. He did not see my, well, I didn't explain the start. Innovation. You're talking about 93. And that would have been sort of the innovative cycle. A lot of gamers who had high-end PCs in that era would have had Doom. But yes, it would have been niche is probably the correct term. So I think Krilix is just wrong here. Okay, or he's citing something. Also, maybe Master PC Racer. Sure he's not taking a political side with that statement, thinking that? I don't know.
If a single video game gets installed on more computers than a fucking Windows operating system, I think it's safe to say that video games are no longer in a niche.
Mostly people who got bullied or wet-willied because you were seen as a nerd, a geek, or made fun of for liking video games. Even in the early 2000s, my timeline, you were made fun of for playing video games.
What the fuck kind of world were you living in? Because that was not the norm, I can guarantee you that. For example, the early 2000s is when the Halo franchise released. You're really gonna try and tell me that the Halo franchise was niche? That you got bullied for playing Halo?
That was the rise of popularity. Okay. Again, Krilix, kid approved, Griffin fanboy. Sorry, messed up that joke. Kid approved, kid tested, Griffin fanboy approved. But yes, Halo was the rise of the more popular gamer. Really use a different example. This was sort of the rise into popularity. But, genre theory is lost on these kids who really didn't live through any of this. I might have been young in that era, but shit, Patrick said, yeah, Doom was a good game for the era. I like Quake personally, Gray. Patrick here remembers the Atari. I remember blowing the dust off of Atari and trying to play it and hook it up to a TV and be like, this is boring.
One of the most popular video games at the time. And just to put the cherry on top, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare released in 2007. You most certainly were not being bullied solely because you played video games in that era.
And then
Wow. Krilix, I can call you Krilix, right? She's also a girl gamers in this era. She's definitely going to have a skewed perspective opposed to you. Also, from what I know, she's in her early 20s. You're 18. Different regions. But she really does place a lot of personal emphasis on personal experience and probably just hearsay and rumor. But you're doing the same thing, it seems like. I don't think you can make these claims, Krilix. Not seriously, but I say a word up here that might be a little bit nice.
In 2012, 2013, the casuals started playing video games and fucking ruined everything.
Sometimes I'm convinced this video has to be fucking satirical, but then you listen to the rest of the video and sadly it's made abundantly clear that she really is just this fucking retarded.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit of both. I guess half measures does not work very well for some people. They need to see things in a black and white spectrum. It's either all good or all bad. Personally, I politically align as a centrist, not because I'm a coward that I'm not going to take a side. I think both the streams are nuts in different special ways. Not out of some cowardice to lose viewers, because clearly I don't care about the viewers given the topics I cover. Like, responding to this is probably going to be one of the best responses to Anna Waifu here. And I would have to see a few more, but who knows?
But casuals have always been in video games since the fucking beginning, especially with Nintendo. Nintendo has always catered to the casual market, so I don't
Yeah, and she brings that up later, but he's absolutely right. I made that point myself. Everyone starts off as a casual and you get bigger into games, but no duh.
I don't know where the fuck you got that from. Then again, you do sound like the kid that never stepped out of their fucking room, so that would make a lot of sense.
So you could be
Nice insult there. It's not that I disagree with insults like these people do. I think you need to moderate it well. And I think he's incorrect here, okay? But I can't confirm that for sure.
saying, isn't it a good thing that more people are playing video games so you aren't bullied anymore? The answer is no. No, sir, it's not a good thing. The issue of casuals entering a medium like this is
I have to say, I hate that shark edit. She does put some decent edited into this, more than I can say about most of these people who do the video. That's why I spiced up my editing in this video also, to sort of make sure that Anna Waifu here got some good grind on. You know, I had some respect for her. I still went as hard as I did. Maybe I went a little bit too hard to compensate for certain things, but maybe I didn't go hard enough either. I'm still not sure how well my video. I'm actually not certain of everything I say, but I will still say it because it's my opinion and I stand by it. And I can talk it out with the person if need be, and to that person. Okay.
that they don't really care about the medium itself. They want to change everything to fit their own narrative or their standards of what gaming should be, and young people who didn't grow up with video games don't give a shit about to play older ones. They just want to play their God of War Ragnaroks or Call of Duties or Assassin's Creeds, GTA, whatever it is.
Two things here. First of all, you're literally asking for change in the gaming industry within this fucking video, so that's a bit hypocritical on your part. I love seasonal allergies, so fucking amazing. But where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, young people don't care to play the older...
Okay, what the hell was that? Did I miss something? Was that... I do the sneeze take, bit... Okay, I have to rewind this, because I have no freaking...
Their God of War Ragnaroks or Call of Duties or Assassin's Creeds, GTA, whatever it is.
Two things here. First of all, you're literally asking for change in the gaming industry within this fucking video, so that's a bit hypocritical on your part. I love seasonal allergies, so fucking amazing. But where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, young people don't care to play the older games? Where the fuck are you getting that statement from? And how young is young? Because I guarantee you're not in your fucking 40s. And if you are in your 40s and you're making dumbass videos like this on the internet, that's fucking sad. But just to disprove your point, before I started recording this video, I literally just got done playing Halo CE with my two little brothers. I mean, in the background of this video, I'm literally playing a 10-year-old game, so take that as you will.
They don't care about quality, or if it's $60 worthy. No. If Markiplier talks about it and it's got decent graphics, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, you're just wrong because I literally fall into the same category you're trying to say only cares about that stuff. And those kinds of things are literally the least important to me when it comes to video games. If graphics are really that important to people of my generation, then Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft will not be some of the most popular games of all fucking time. Seriously, Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time. And you're gonna try and sit here and tell me people of my generation only care about graphics? Yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of got a point here. Krilix, I'll have to give him credit where credit's due. But he also tends to go with the popular. But given what she considers is a good game, well, she likes Minecraft also. I don't consider it a great game. There's no story. Gameplay is rather simplistic. It's just Legos for video gamers. Okay, I don't really know. She would probably agree with you. But that's also could be considered an older game, so I think she would have that pass as an older game with a better game design. Just because it is popular. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good example of a game that's a casual game. Yes, casuals play the game, but also hardcore gamers play it. There's whole YouTube channels dedicated to it. To say that's only a game that casuals can get into, I think, yeah, I don't agree with her category of casuals. All lefties even pointed that out in my own video. It's really a small box, but I think it's a fair assessment to bring up Minecraft as good graphics, but I don't think that's the type of game she would be talking about. But Krilix here probably doesn't have mind reading power, so fair enough.
Yeah, no. In all honesty, you should have stayed in your basement playing Pokemon Red as opposed to making this video.
Like, why do casuals care about graphics so much? I don't get it. Like, I really...
She can do both at the same time, obviously, unless she took this from another YouTube video.
don't. Can someone in the comments tell me why casuals care about graphics so much? I'm actually serious, because I don't really know.
It's a very easy answer. We don't.
Like,
Okay, so Anna Waifu here is making a mistake and doing the broad brush approach to all casuals. And Krilix here is trying to speak for all casuals. I think they're problems of the opposite side. I don't think Krilix, who does a lot of video game content, might be considered a casual, but argument of definitions. Okay, he's definitely casual comparison to some people. Another problem with her video and this response. War of definitions. I'm sure it's like this with all these other just arguing over what a casual is. What she considers a casual might not be what Krilix here considers a casual.
I really don't know why they care about graphics so much. Either they're being sponsored or something else.
We're being sponsored to like graphics in video games? The fuck kind of retarded ass statement is that?
Like, I really don't know why they care about graphics so much. Either they're being sponsored or something else.
We're being sponsored to like graphics in video games? The fuck kind of retarded ass statement?
Yeah, it's horrible wording on Anne. Maybe she's talking. Yeah, I have no freaking clue either. Okay. Maybe you could take a good faith effort. Good faith effort would be the people pushing it. She was talking about Markiplier earlier, so which I think is a faulty argument all on its own. But yeah, bad argument. I mean, definitely doesn't make sense in the context of the words. So, and he just repeats it. So I don't know.
Statement is that? Ain't no company fucking paying my dumbass to like graphics in a video game.
It's like, these people say that Jim Sterling or the Act Man give good, criticisms and reviews on games.
Who the fuck are these people? Because those are absolute fucking mental midgets if they're saying Jim...
Yeah, yeah, I will agree, but she thinks all casuals are lefty. So I think this is an argument of, and I know someone, Philosophy Tube, which I was going to cover, which I might cover after this and after this, of him, now her, using Philosophy Tube using Jim Sterling to criticize the gaming industry.
Jim Sterling gives good criticisms. If anything, the popular opinion is that Jim Sterling is fucking dog shit when it comes to criticizing games. Case in point, his fucking Hogwarts Legacy review and his Elden Ring review. People really don't take that man seriously anymore, so now you're really just pulling shit out of your ass.
No.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, he really fucked up by saying Anna Waifu's definition of casuals is mainly lefties. So if he did not start this video with that statement, he just seems willingly obtuse now that he acknowledged it at the beginning. He said during the debate that, so we watched the video, but aside from that, I have no clue. Okay, so I think that is a mistake. Might have been a mistake I made also, but don't know.
No, they don't. They don't care about giving you quality entertainment. They care about shilling stuff to you.
You're really trying to say the Act Man is a shill of all people? The dude literally went on a tirade complaining of how 343 did not give him an early release copy of Halo Infinite, but then proceeded to still give the game a good review. That's not something a fucking shill does. I don't know about Jim Sterling because I don't fucking watch that retard. But the Act Man, no, he's not a fucking shill.
YouTubers like these people aren't your friends. You're a dime in a dozen, another penny that goes into their pockets. Like, I get it. Someone that you think is nice and handsome, you trust them. I get it.
I skipped this section. Too much simpery for me, but that's me.
I mean, you do you, but I'm not watching YouTubers because they fucking look nice and handsome. To each their own, but I'm definitely not watching YouTubers because they look fucking nice.
And they're popular, which again, popularity in graphics does not make a good game. Of course, they also have the exception, or the obsession, with making games like movies, which I don't understand. You buy games to play them, not watch them like movies.
I know it's kind of a meme that Sony games are just walking simulators at this point and are just movie sims, but if we're being 100% honest, the amount of games that really are just interactive movies are a very small minority, like Telltale style games. I would ask for examples, but then again, that'd be expecting a little bit too much when it comes to a channel like you.
I also think that would be I hate this. Like, Brother Near does this. Example, please. You're watching a fucking video. If you want to say, examples would have been helpful here, like I did in my video, but no, just, you would ask, why not ask her beforehand? Talk her through this video. Maybe she would do it, maybe she wouldn't. I don't know. I didn't ask her. Maybe I should have. But, you know, maybe another time.
So we're just gonna go ahead and move on.
What is so entertaining about sitting on your couch with your controller watching 10 minutes worth of cutscenes? I really don't get it.
Genuine question. How many games have you played that are really popular besides Telltale style games that actually are just fucking walking movie simulators? With the exception of maybe like 1 or 2 Sony games, 90% of video games are not walking simulators no matter how much you want to try and push that narrative. For those of you trying to say I'm a Sony fanboy, the last PlayStation I had was a PlayStation 3, and I fucking hated that console.
Am I alone?
Yep, PC Master Race, and he's not political. I guess the Master Race is not political after all.
Here, aside from Synthetic Man, am I alone? Am I wrong? I skip all the cutscenes. Just let me play the game, my god.
No, you're not alone, but you spent so much time in your fucking basement isolated from the real world that you really have no fucking clue what normal people think. I understand this might be a little hard for you, but try stepping outside every once in a while. It really is beneficial to your mental.
See, I could have criticized his other video for these sort of attacks, but it was too funny. In her case, it's fair enough to say this. I think it's less apt, but I know a little bit more about Anna Waifu than Krilix here.
Mental health. At least to whatever mental capabilities you may have left.
Speaking of Synthetic Man, please make more long-form videos.
We do not care.
Oh, casual gamers. The #1 thing ruining this industry.
I love when people try and say that casual gamers are ruining the gaming industry when casual gamers as a whole are the entire reason that the gaming industry is as popular as it is. And I used to be in that same kind of mindset back in like 2017, 2018. I used to be really gamers are ruining the gaming industry is just fucking false. Especially when you take into the fact that the only reason the gaming industry is as big as it is because of casual gamers.
Well, she wants it go back to the small niche market, which is ridiculous because, well, it's not actually ridiculous, but it's still declinism. I brought up its declinism, comparison to rosy retrospection. But that's not gonna. But that's not gonna make any sense to anyone in general besides me, because I have a lot of theories and do a lot of research, and
Of the politics session, and the answer is
The answer's simple. It's because you're fucking retarded.
because
no, because she, like you, has a very narrow viewpoint. And I understand. She can only see the world through her lens, and same thing with Krilix. He's a little bit more sensible. There's a few outlandish things he says here, but overall, I don't hate this video. I just think it's rather devoid, and this is probably the best out of them.
I feel like it, and what of it? You know, going into this, I knew that I would have to talk about the worst thing in the gaming industry, because to me, I don't think it's the lefties that are totally ruining this industry. It's a big part of it, but casuals are the reason lefties are even in this industry. Because as the video game crash of the 80s and 90s,
I really don't mean to burst your bubble, but there was no fucking video game crash through the 90s. You know, if you would have done at least an ounce of research, you would have known that. But then again, that requires you to think ahead, and thinking does not really seem to be your strong suit.
it's all
Yeah, but she sort of was right about the 80s, which was prompted by E.T. I would like a little bit more substance, but, you know, Krilix is probably in bed right now, you know, just turned 18, so, you know, past his bedtime. Yeah, I really want to know what she thinks was the crash in the 90s. I mean, it had a tough time recovering. It had a recovery period. Don't know. Not gonna prompt her on that too much. Call her out on inaccurate facts, I guess, but
the industries were wanting to improve graphics and try to broaden their horizons to get everyone into gaming, even if casuals care less about gaming.
I don't think you seem to understand the fact that video game companies really don't care who gives them money as long as they're getting the money itself. They don't care if they're selling their games to someone who plays competitively or someone who plays casually. As long as they're getting the money, they don't give a shit at the end of the day.
It's really pretty fascinating to watch.
you're sort of proving her point with that. That's sort of one of her points, okay? I don't know what he meant by that. Yeah, that's what she thinks. That's what you think. That's what most people think. It's probably accurate.
Watch how downhill this industry went in just 2 decades.
You are aware that the gaming industry is bigger than it's ever fucking been, right? And you know the reason because of that is because of casuals, right? Just making
Again, even I understand that what she considers successful. Sorry, car making noise in the background. What she considers successful and what the market considers successful is 2 different things. Okay. Brother Nier's problem is he also did his own subjective echo chamber groupthink for what makes a game successful. Identifying what the person talking thinks is a mark of success is really good. But I shouldn't expect. Krilix is right here. It is successful, but yeah, the worldview. No one ever considers possible the worldview. I didn't even call her on this.
sure we're clear on that.
That's what happens when you don't gatekeep, because if you don't gatekeep, people ruin everything, just like Elvis Presley.
God, gatekeepers are cringe as fuck. I really don't understand the thought process of not wanting your games to be popular. What the fuck is wrong with more people playing video games that you like? There's literally nothing wrong with that.
Okay, here's the problem here. Okay, Krilix completely wrong. Gatekeeping can be smart. There's examples of 40K. There's examples of 40K fandom, Magic the Gathering, coming in and sort of pushing out a lot of the people who were formerly in there. So, I'm sorry, you're not picking a side. You're definitely leaning left, Krilix, and it shows. But most young people do, and most of the group gives me a sense of political leanings. I don't judge people for leaning slightly right or left. It's when they go off onto the deep ends that I think we have a problem. But people on the left don't understand people on the right. I really wish Anna Waifu, who's definitely more in the right, I would say she's harder to gauge than that. She has a weird sense of politics along with Synthetic Man, so that makes sense. But yes, and she should have a better understanding of leftists. But, I am having the same reconnect, and Patrick's right. Unfortunately, I'm in an area where Comcast has a monopoly, so there's really no choices. But yeah, it's pausing, and my logic when I was doing the Illuminati stuff with Gray, I learned there was gaps in there, so I'm pausing every time there's a disconnect.
That. Personally, I'd love nothing more than Titanfall 2 to be the most popular multiplayer in the world right now. Then again, I also don't have the brand equivalent of a...
Why? Oh, that game got really fucked. It got so trolled, it probably would have been, let's not get into Titanfall 2. I can appreciate Krilix love of Titanfall 2. I would have been much more deeply invested in the game if there wasn't so many problems finding match. Plus, even though single player was a little short, it was a good storyline. I really hated that everything's going to multiplayer market and no one puts good, thoughtful single player campaign sessions into games.
Dog with fucking Down syndrome.
Man, what can I even say at this point? We all know why casuals are ruining everything.
I think you're wrong on that one. I seriously have no fucking clue how casuals are ruining the gaming industry. And this is coming from someone who's a current casual and who's formerly a very sweaty player.
And do you think these people apologized or at least said that they were wrong when these people were messing with them?
Oh, here's the fun part where I just made a montage out of it. Yeah. She thinks casuals like you are ruining the gaming industry because you're leftist. And place my money on bet, given what I hear. Yeah, probably. Well, probably on the left. Doesn't make him a leftist. You can be liberal and have progressive views without being a crazy leftist, like Jim Sterling.
Thus, calling us nerds, geeks, and overall treating us like Mexicans working in a cotton field.
I'm sorry, what?
You can't be fucking serious right now.
Yes, she's not. That's a clear joke. Well, at least she got a laugh out of you.
You're not actually trying to compare yourself to Mexican labor workers working in fucking cotton fields. Get off.
Oh, God. Thank you for laughing, but clear joke. Maybe I just understand her better. But I try to understand other people and not just mock them relentlessly. I try not to. Sometimes I do. And definitely her editing. I might have said this earlier. Krilix wants editing. Wants criticism. Yeah, lazy CSGO. Leafy 2.0 Griffin fan. So, way to break the mold. At least your other videos was a little bit better with your figurine on. But I guess you didn't need that for this. That was serious. And this girl is just a joke. But she leans into it.
Oh, fucking grip. Oh my god. How are you so delusional that you actually unironically compare yourselves to fucking Mexican labor workers working for less than minimum wage picking fucking cotton? You got some real fucking galaxy brain thoughts taking place here.
No.
Yeah. Okay, there was some parts earlier that I didn't get the humor. Or I didn't acknowledge the humor in my video, should I say. But this is to not realize the humor. Oh, God. Sorry. No media literacy. That was definitely a joke. I skipped it, so I didn't mention it was a joke. But I do towards the end. Maybe he will. Or maybe he's just media literate and just going for the easy own by intentionally not getting it's a joke. But he said earlier about satire, so at least he prefaced it with, it could be. But he's leaning more into, no, you're just insane. And I personally don't like going that misinformed. Yes, I agree. I believe she has a very limited worldview of the history of gaming, and her definitions of all this terminology is rather skewed comparison to average people, but
No, of course not. They're not apologetic. They don't care about quality. They don't care if the game is actually good. They don't care. They just want to fill their lives with as much shit as humanly possible.
It's actually quite the contrary. My dad, who is the definition of a casual gamer, will not play a game if he doesn't like it within the first hour of playing it. And I'm the same fucking way. I'm not just gonna try and sit here and play a video game that I really have no interest in playing.
Just like people who binge Netflix.
Oh well. I don't know. She gives her anecdotal example. He gives her his. Or hers. He's 18. Who knows? He's definitely left. Let's hope they don't get him into the trans booth. Let's hope he's not that far left.
They don't care if the
Or Brother Near doesn't turn him into a femboy. Always a possibility. I worry about those. When you learn about the history of 4chan, the rise of the femboys, and how they trolled them into with the incel. But hopefully, Krilix isn't that much. Maybe he really is a casual who has a life. I'm not one to speak. I can't know for sure.
show is good. If it's there, they can stuff their face with Cheetos. Why give a shit about the quality? We're living in an era where quantity wins over quality. Put a bunch of shit out and people will eat it up no matter how bad it is, because video games are just a pastime to these people.
First of all, you can't really compare movies and shows to video games because you can put a shitty movie or show on in the background while you're actually doing something around the house. You can't do that with a video game. Video games are active forms of media, and more than likely, people are not going to want to actively play a form of media that they really do not like playing. And secondly, video games are most definitely meant to be a pastime. The fact you think it's meant to be anything other than a pastime really speaks to your own intelligence level.
They're always moving on to newer.
Okay. Let me go back. Her intelligent level. I mean, I know she says some rather outlandish things, and some of it I chalk up to humor and jokes, and some of it I think she's legitimately somewhat serious about, so...
Actually doing something around the house. You can't do that with a video game. Video games are active forms of media, and more than likely...
Put a bunch of shit out and people will eat it up no matter how bad it is, because video games are just a pastime to these people.
First of all, you can't really compare movies and shows to video games because you can put a playing it. And I'm the same fucking way. I'm not just gonna try and sit here and play a video game that I really have no interest in playing.
Just like people who binge Netflix, they don't care if the show is good. If it's there, they can stuff their face with Cheetos. Why give a shit about the quality? We're living in an era where quantity wins over quality. Put a bunch of shit out and people will eat it up no matter how bad it is, because video games are just a pastime to these people.
First of all, you can't really compare movies and shows to video games because you can put a shitty movie or show on in the background while you're actually doing something around the house. You can't do that with a video game. Video games are active forms of media, and more than likely, people are not going to want to actively play a form of media that they really do not like playing. And secondly, video games are most definitely meant to be a pastime. The fact you think it's meant to be anything other than a pastime.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying not to be bad feet, so... I'm not getting what he's putting down here.
Possible.
It's actually quite the contrary. My dad, who is the definition of a casual gamer, will not play a game if he doesn't like it within the first hour of playing it. And I'm the same fucking way. I'm not just gonna try and sit here.
Binge Netflix. They can stuff their face with Cheetos. Why give a shit about the quality? We're living in an era where quantity wins over quality. Put a bunch of shit out and people will eat it up no matter how bad it is, because video games are just a pastime to these people.
First of all, you can't really compare movies and shows to video games because you can put a shitty movie or show on in the background while...
Okay, he's definitely wrong here. Definitely misunderstanding her argument. She's saying people who just binge watch and just accept whatever's good on Netflix, at least that's my interpretation of it. She's not comparing video games to movies or TV show. He's distracting a lot from that Netflix line. She's saying that, I don't even think this is right, but she's trying to say people who just want to consume will just consume whatever people put out. And yes, there are some people like that. She's trying to say that's what a casual is to her, just a consumer, that thing. So this particular amount of criticism could be considering straw manning, but I'll just chalk it up to him misunderstanding her argument.
While you're actually doing something around the house. You can't do that with a video game.
And his argument's just stupid once you realize that she's good faith interpretation of what she said. She's not comparing video games to something like TV or movies, but Ugh.
Again, video games are active forms of media, and more than likely, people are not going to want to actively play a form of media that they really do not like playing. And secondly, video games are most definitely meant to be a pastime. The fact you think it's meant to be anything other than a pastime really speaks to your own intelligence level.
They're always moving on to newer things that their favorite childish YouTubers are talking about. Whatever is popular, they believe it's good, and then in a month, they will forget about everything they played.
I'm very curious as to what you think people who play casually actually do. Because I don't know about you, but at least in my experience, most of the casuals that I play with have been playing the same game for like 2 or 3 years straight. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's just my experience.
Yes, just your experience, and they don't sound like casuals to me. But that's my subjective experience. That sounds like someone who just gains attachment to a certain game and plays it into a ground. That's a very attachment-based player. They'll gravitate and stay on games constantly. They wouldn't be considered casuals, at least my understanding. Casual, I'm understanding this a little bit better. It's just picking up new games and playing them as it is. I think she's completely wrong. I consider casuals as like some of these women who play Facebook games, and occasionally they'll play like The Sims or other like games, but this all comes down to definitions, and all these definitions should be something.
The real issue with casual is that they don't care about the medium they're associated with. Who cares that there's wokeness in video games? Who cares that white characters have been changed to black? Who cares that the game crashes every few seconds because these games are so poorly optimized? Oh my god, I hate modern games so much.
You literally sound like the average Redditor right now trying to say that fucking modern video games suck ass. Also,
This is a failure. Maybe I need to figure out how to do StreamYard, because I thought it was just that one night when I was streaming with Gray, but having the same issues tonight.
That there's wokeness in video games. Who cares that white characters have been...
My experience, most of the casuals that I play with have been playing the same game for like 2 or 3 years straight. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's just my experience.
The real issue with casual is that they don't care about the medium they're associated with. Who cares that there's wokeness in video games? Who cares that white characters have been changed to black? Who cares that the game crashes every few seconds because these games are so poorly optimized? Oh my god, I hate modern games so much.
You literally sound like the average Redditor right now trying to say that fucking modern video games suck ass. Also, are you trying to say that games crashing is fucking woke?
Oh god, I have to rewind it. This is moronic. Okay, if he's saying I should have waited, but calling her a Redditor, just assuming she sounds like someone else, broad brush, he's fallen into the trap. Not actually addressing her arguments, just saying, you're online too much, and maybe he's not eternally online. Maybe he touches grass occasionally, but I don't know about that.
That there's wokeness in video games. Who cares that white characters have been changed to black? Who cares that the game crashes every few seconds because these games are so poorly optimized? Oh my god, I hate modern games so much.
You literally sound like the average Redditor right now trying to say that fucking modern video games suck ass. Also, are you trying to say that games crashing is fucking wokeness? How the fuck does that correlate? Damn, I guess Jedi Survivor's just woke.
Okay, that's clearly Krilix. Kid test it. Griffin fanboy approved. That is such a stupid take. She's not saying wokeness. She's not using games crashing as a sample of wokeness. But wokeness, this guy is probably on the left. He doesn't want to address the basic point Anna's making here. He doesn't know what wokeness is, or it's a myth. And he doesn't even address the race swap thing, which, you know, as a leftist or a political person who wants to appeal to everyone, of course he wouldn't. He's here to get the views and to get the dunks. That would be my impression of it. And that distortion of what she said, yeah, dishonest Krilix or dumb. I'm not going to call you delusional, but either dumb or dishonest here, because it's pretty obvious. She's not calling game crashing wokeness. That's just downright a distortion of what she's saying.
trash now because of how many times it crashed on me at launch.
Who cares? Who cares? Man, this is such a hard video to make, guys. Like writing the script and recording is so hard to do.
The fact that you even have the ability to be able to write a script is fucking mind-boggling to me, to be honest.
Yeah, well, you don't understand anyone outside of your little freaking echo chamber, probably, but that's a generalization I get. Based on your been in the, you really spanking near than just being like, oh yeah, but I did all this stuff wrong to placate them. Then he tried to make the claim that, oh, I'm not just going along with Brother Near. Only 4 out of the last 6 videos 5 out of the last 6 videos align with that particular group. Maybe even the 6th one did, and I'm just not aware of it. I don't keep religious up. I check on it every so often. You have to sort of spot patterns within people. I learned that from Andrew Clark. Actually, I give credit to Andrew Clark, pattern of behavior. But it is something it's good to look from when you're trying to analyze media and people covering media. But that's probably too much work, not enough research. I'll agree. She doesn't do enough research. I can't say that you do. The debate, you were wrong. They were wrong. If I was supposed to criticize him for that in his comment, fine. I thought it was a non-issue. I think criticizing when everyone's fucking up, I just skipped it because it's just fuck up, fuck up, fuck up. Okay, the fuck ups negate each other. I want to get to the real meat of these, and I'm sort of low now.
Seeing my favorite medium being thrown under the bus like this is so freaking depressing. Casuals, this is your fault.
Good. I'll take all that fucking blame. I'll wear that shit with pride.
You could be saying that it's lefties, but what do you think lefties are? Casuals.
Fuck! I guess I'm a lefty now. I mean, you really can't argue with her evidence. If you're a casual, you're just a fucking lefty. She has concrete evidence.
Well, you're definitely not a righty if you think she was using the example of wokeness as crashing of games. You're definitely not on the right. You're definitely not the disillicit. You're either a lefty or you're apolitical, Krilix. Okay? That's just the facts. Just because you don't watch Stephanie Sterling, means you're probably not a far left person. So at least there is hope in that. You're still one of these spineless, apolitical people. Maybe you should look up Mischief. Maybe that's more your speed. But still, you do you.
Evidence, dude. There's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do now is go and vote for Joe Biden, you leftist pieces of shit.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
I'm sorry, that was just too fucking funny not to do.
I just can't anymore. I can't.
Okay, I know comedy's subjective, but I think my montage of I don't care, you don't care was better than that. That was very annoying. But humor is subjective. See, not really amusing to me.
Man, I'm done. I can't. Casuals are people like Jim Sterling, people who pretend they care about gaming.
Yeah, that's delusional. Jim Sterling went trans and talks about abuse and a whole bunch of crap. He's done some good stuff, and he's done some really out there stuff.
I could care less if it disappears off the face of this earth.
Now I'm truly hurt. I don't know how to feel anymore. She just fucking compared us to Jim Sterling. Like, I don't really know if you can get much more insulted than that.
How can he say that? He says he does not watch Jim Sterling. So how can he be insulted by that? Unless he just is really transphobic, which he could still be on the left and be transphobic. Look at J.K. Rowling.
Casuals care about graphics and story.
Not that I will make the definitive claim that J.K. Rowling is transphobic, but that's the claim by all leftists. So, Krilix, J.K. Rowling, you're the same. No, that's not fair.
And care of their favorite popular gamer guys talking about it.
No, not really. I'm a casual player, and I have almost 500 hours in Doom Eternal single player only. That's...
Yeah, I'm starting to think he's trying to definitions and all. His consideration of what a casual player is seems to be rather skewed. I mean, to be fair, hers is extremely skewed but some of that's probably for humor. I'm open. I said that in my own video. You really need to define what you mean by casual gamer. Everyone's going to have their own definitions, but pet peeves of mine. Stitch's law. Most arguments are arguments over definition or misunderstandings of definition. You should clarify what you mean on both ends.
It's just on PC. And I don't know if you noticed, but not really many people are talking about Doom Eternal nowadays. And at the same time, that also defeats your argument of casuals only care about graphics and story, because those are literally the two least important things when it comes to Doom Eternal.
The game doesn't...
Oh God, that hurts my head. Doom Eternal is not a game for casuals. Oh God. Dude, yeah, some casuals probably play it, but that's one of those, you just don't understand it. You don't know how you have to get good, man. That's one of those games that if you don't like the game, you don't review it, don't say it's great, the fanboys of Doom Eternal will skewer you and say, get good, scrub. You just don't know how to play the game. Well, I can't say. Krilix goes with that line of logic. Yeah. It's not a good example of a casual game made for casual, so I don't know what he's talking about here. His example's rather poor in my opinion. Minecraft, Doom Eternal. Maybe he's just not experienced with enough games. Oh, sorry. Halo also. He brought that up also. Time will tell.
matter. It's all about the perception around the game, if they care about it. But before I get lost, let's talk about something I hate, not as much as casuals, but it's pretty damn annoying. Mother of God, I hate nostalgia eaters.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say to this other than you're fucking retarded, so we're gonna go ahead and move on past this.
Alright.
Well, I have something to say. Krilix is obviously offended by that. He just says she's retarded. I mean, if you're moving past it, obviously it's not retarded enough or going to hurt his points. I just think that's a mistake. Just dismissing her as retarded is fine in a Griffin fanboy experience to not address this, but he's a self-admitted casual, so I don't even know why he's trying to speak on video games as a whole. I mean, I did skip sections that I didn't think was relevant or answerable, but I didn't call her retarded to arguments that she made, but probably was retarded. Really not gonna compare. I already did my video on that. And
I need to move on to the last topic before I get a hernia. Ruining this industry. Lefties are something from another world, a species of alien that targets everybody that doesn't agree with them, wanting to cancel for the stupidest things.
While yes, people like you are not trying to cancel everything, at the same time, you literally call anything fucking woke at every turn possible. If the main character is black, oh, it's fucking woke. If the main character is a woman, oh, it's fucking woke.
Did she ever say that? So, false dichotomy. He's using the criticism of freaking Synthetic Man, the frankly, I think, straw man version. I think he calls a lot of stuff woke. And he makes a lot of jokes that make the scene, but do you have any evidence of her doing either of these? In fact, she has an argument against it later on. He's previewed it. So maybe there is that point in the debate. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna start doing Streamlabs. This is getting ridiculous, or some other setup. This is not working. But I'm still gonna finish out with this. Probably shouldn't be too long, and hopefully it will even out.
Alien that targets everybody that doesn't agree with them, wanting to cancel for the stupidest things.
While yes, people like you are not trying to cancel everything.
Okay, point in her favor. He admits the right, does not really try to cancel people. Not completely accurate, but we can move past that. But limited understanding. It's the stereotype of the rightoids and leftoids, so he will admit to leftoids and leftists and left align will cancel people. Good.
thing. At the same time, you literally call anything fucking woke at every turn possible. If the main character is black, oh, it's fucking woke. If the main character is a woman, oh, it's fucking woke.
Yeah, she sort of contradicts that later, so this would be incorrect. She's a... Ooh. Krilix isn't trans yet, at least. They haven't convinced him, at least, to turn to the trans. He's not that far left if he's not calls Stephanie Sterling insane and retarded. So that's good. But yeah, unless he's not showing any evidence that she does either of those things. That's something people say about Synthetic Man, and to the credit, there are examples of that being shown, but they could be jokes. But it's only jokes when they do it.
Like, there's just no avoiding it with people like you. It's gotten to the point that people like you are just as annoying.
Oh, people like you. He's fallen into the same trap. Okay. People like you. He's painting her with a general broad stroke. I mean, she's not helping herself out with some of these arguments. Let's wait for this. I don't think he's racist or sexist or anything, but people like you. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry, I am very aspirated that term because I'm not a collectivist. I think you should gauge each person individually and base it off their argument. Either bad or good or just cringe based off of what they say. And I think there was enough to not say people like you in this. But, you know, I'm not a leftist or lefty like he admitted to, I guess. So, he's probably using that humorously, so I need to give him credit. He's like, oh, I guess I'm a casual and I'm a leftist. Matter of definitions, man.
As the lefties you like to try and rag on.
For not being politically correct in every area of life. They will call the deaths of your families if you vote Trump, if you say men can't be women, or if you say women should know how to cook and clean. Oh my god, prepare for World War IV.
I honestly don't know what the fuck to say to that whole thing. Are you seriously out here trying to say that all fucking casual gamers do that? Because you did earlier say that casual gamers are lefties, so I'm really fucking confused of what you're trying to get at here. Are you trying to say all casuals try to cancel people like this? Because if so, there's no way you don't have fucking cobwebs in your head.
I can't
Yeah, I found that one problem. I just assume. Yeah, okay. I don't like what he said because the you people comments, but yeah, lefties. I pointed this out in my own video. Are casual lefties or they just influence the lefties? I'm trying to give it a good faith reading, so I'm guessing she's thinking the lefties influence the casuals to become more left, so they're either leftists or at least left aligned in her opinion. So, and with the canceling bit, maybe she's making broad scale assumptions that all casuals hold leftist positions because of their influence of the lefties. It's rather messy, and yeah, you're not understanding it. Neither am I. I'd rather ask her what she means by this. Maybe I will. Who knows?
believe we let it get this far. Like, how did this even happen? Oh, Anita Sarkeesian says that male gamers are sexist and racist pigs, and we all have to bow down to her wishes.
That's a name I have not heard in a hot fucking minute. Who the fuck is paying attention to what Anita Sarkeesian has to say? It's fucking 2013. Maybe 10 years ago, she had some sort of relevance, and that's only because people were shitting on her 24/7. No one actually takes people like her seriously. And you—
Okay, this is incredibly misinformed. I don't know how he can be this ignorant. I mean, maybe he really is a casual who doesn't pay attention to mainstream media, but they still have a large leftist component to them. Hell, let's see, Brianna Wu was talking about the Gamergate boogeyman. That's the sample I used. It's still the boogeyman that they invoke for all things when it comes to gaming. People still do that. But you know what? You're casual and you were dumb enough to sort of get into Brother Near's group. So you definitely have a more narrow perspective and, you know, too much of a coward to make political statements. Hide behind your humor, you know? better that way. I'm willing to make some statements definitively. Mock me for it if you want. You know, I have principles. I'm thinking you people don't. You want to pretend like it by getting outraged, but dude, moralizers, I'm not saying Krilix here, but there is some moralizing that goes on. I don't like to do that. I would rather let the argument speak for himself and, you know, go with the lines.
You talking about her in videos like this is only giving her more popularity.
But we all know why this happened. It was casual.
Okay, more popularity. Yeah, she is irrelevant, but her ghost still haunts the Spectre streets. It's having a diminished capacity nowadays, and, you know, she's probably the boogeyman of the right now. Anti-SJW channels are rather cringe, in my opinion. Some people still like them. They're still popular. They've morphed to become more apolitical, like Krilix here. He doesn't probably remember or live through any of that, being pretty much kid, test it. Griffin fan approved.
Because as soon as lefties knew they could put their propaganda in their games, they did it. We all know this, except the ones who pretend it doesn't, or it's not as bad as people want to portray it.
No, it really is not as bad as you want to try and portray it. If the propaganda was really that fucking heavy, I guarantee you, most people would not be playing video games right now. I mean, look what happened to Disney's Star Wars. That didn't fucking end up well for them.
But we know.
Overall, I have to agree, but that took some time. And they still try to shame the fans for being racist for criticizing it. Have your cake and eat it too. Just because it didn't work out does not mean that they don't try to push that shit. Like, but again, both these people are just rather limited in their knowledge set. He's trying to say how it turned out. I agree. But that's also the natural life cycle of genre theory. I can't believe he actually watched my video when I explained genre theory. Might have been too brief. I might have to go more into it, but maybe he's just skipped over it. Never mind.
The truth. We know why they're doing this, because I guess when they were kids and their daddies told them to read the Bible, it felt like being pansexual that day. So I guess to get their frustrations out, they decided to infiltrate our media and put the issues with their parents in media.
Not gonna lie, sounds like projecting to me.
Look, I get it. When I was
it sounds like humor to me, okay? Each bomber guy does some sort of stuff like this, okay? This is where I started being like, okay, I really don't know where she's joking, where she's not. I think she's just trying to take a shot at them. I think she's being extremely hyperbolic here. You want to say projection? Maybe. Maybe it's projection on you. You feel offended that you consider yourself a casual. Again, definitions. I wouldn't consider Kix here really casual. Krilix. I should just say his name, but you know, I'm trying to get the nickname thing. Love Yahtzee, so he uses that. But yeah, projection probably there on both sides. Okay, yeah, I just pulled a both sidesism. Don't compare me to Trump. I don't think there's good people on both sides. I think there's crazy people on both sides. So I'm just separating myself from the both sidesism of Trump.
suffering a bad depression in high school, I literally wrote fan fictions about characters who had depression. I get it. We put things in our lives that inspire us or trouble us when what we go through in day-to-day life and put that in our media we consume.
No, I think you're just weird.
Are you lefties?
Oh, really? I just think you're an asshole. So am I, so respect. You're still an ill. But you know, he's young and dumb, okay? So, I'll deal with that when I come across it.
Is that miserable about your mom making you go to church that you have to put harmful messages into already shitty video games to please yourselves?
Harmful messaging? Really? The fuck kind of statement is that? It's like the same energy when people are trying to say AC/DC's fucking satanic and kids shouldn't be allowed to listen to them. It's fucking stupid.
Okay. Satanic panic. Harmful messaging. she's not saying that. She thinks trying to get kids to become trans is a bad idea. But, you know, you have to understand the actual culture war, and Krilix not political enough to get this. They think everyone who actually even knows about it, or see, I think for these sort of things, these people ragging on synthetic man, they're just cowards who don't want to accept synthetic man's worldview in the culture war. They just deny both the left and right just to castigate people. To actually analyze some of these more political people, you have to understand. Well, you don't have to, but to be informed and to give your best faith interpretation on videos like this, you have to be at least knowledgeable. But you know, I think Griffin people just deny all politics in general and not accept all of it's stupid. I'll agree, all of it's stupid, but some of it has more relevance than other things. But you know what? I'm not going to take a political stance or accept that people of political stances have certain things. As we found out, he tried to say that she was saying that the game crashing is due to wokeness. That just floors me. That's such a stupid interpretation. I don't think she explained it well. She thinks wokeness is well understood enough. Crix here does not, so
Where does it get you? Like, you know this stuff is failing because people are getting tired of it, right? You understand games like The Last of Us Part 2 or Forspoken failed because it leans so much into leftist politics that these games forgot how to be games?
I don't know jack shit about Forspoken, okay? I haven't even watched a single fucking gameplay video on it. But Last of Us 2 did not fail because it was fucking quote-unquote woke. Last of Us 2 just had a shit story, that's
okay. Oh, he claims ignorance. I don't know much about Forspoken 2 besides what they're talking about. And you know what? I don't even agree with him on Last of Us Part 2. I believe the story was extremely haphazardly built, but I also don't think very much about Naughty Dog's game design. I think it's dated like the Naked Jake, and that the only thing that it really had for it was the story of The Last of Us, the first part. And I think that was overhyped. It was a really good story, but the gameplay sort of brought it down in my opinion. But that's my opinion.
why people didn't like it. Also, earlier in the video, you said casuals don't care about quote-unquote wokeness in video games, so if that's the case, then why did Forspoken and The Last of Us 2 fail by your logic?
He's trying to twist logic here, okay. And I can't blame him completely. You know what? This is just mental gymnastics here. I don't know from who. But yeah, I already pointed that out. She sort of contradicted herself and talking about lefties in general. This is a whole lefty section. So, sad enough as it is. Return back to the past.
Gameplay video on it. But Last of Us 2 did not fail because it was fucking quote-unquote woke. Last of Us 2 just had a shit story. That's why people didn't like it.
By definition, yes. Last of Us 2 was woke. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what woke is, though. Okay, woke is idea. I don't know why I'm having to explain this. Woke is just about dismantling the system, and Last of Us Part 2 really tried to break down, and it's a deconstruction, okay? You kill off Joel, you have this really new story, and yes, it was a bad deconstruction. The deconstruction definitely, I don't know how you can say this. He doesn't understand wokeness or anyone's concept of this, but he's apolitical. Yes, it did fail because of writing, but the writing was bad because of some of the people have legitimate claims that there are woke elements in Last of Us Part 2 that did affect the writing to a significant degree by having you play as the... Okay, yeah. Okay, if I have to explain this, why Last of Us 2 saying it's woke, it didn't fail. That's the approach I took. But you know what? I don't need to explain this. He obviously doesn't understand it or won't acknowledge political things because, reasons.
Also, earlier in the video, you said casuals don't care about quote-unquote wokeness in video games. So if that's the case, then why did Forspoken and The Last of Us 2 fail by?
Because it turned them woke. Aren't you following? Her theory is that it's propaganda. It's sort of like, it is a little bit circly logic what she's doing here. That the leftists took over the industry and they propagandize video games to unconsciously make the casuals into left-leaning to leftists, and that it wokeified them. It's very circular logic, and she definitely could do with explaining this in more clarity, but she didn't think she would be dogpiled like this. I don't even know why they jumped on this video, the casual gamer. I don't know. I'm hoping they just didn't target her because of her association with me. I mean, that would be really a low blow. If anyone's watching this, yeah. If they pretty much attacked her like Baca's video and she subscribed to Vincent Martin and he kept up that lie. Let me just do that real quick. I didn't really get into it in my video. So I showed this. Also, I have proof he came after me first. Brother Near here, and you do not. Should be ethical thing to do would be to admit that publicly or at least drop the narrative that I started the drama, but I doubt you or anyone else spreading that lie will. So basically here, screenshots. And when watching the screen, I was basically just making fun of Critosis and talking to him. I made fun of him because he showed some hidden replies. I'm like, dude, why are you trying to shame people who ended up in the trash folder? Yeah, there's crazy people who are going to comment. Why are you making this? And that created a back and forth, and Brother Near jumped into White Knight for Critosis. There's a mob going against you for all the dumbest things you were doing. He sees the receipts, and this is why I started taking receipts. Because obviously these guys take receipts, so I should learn to avoid this. How much of a obsessive lunatic you are. Bashing you for your beef? Shut the fuck up. That sounds so nice. Why does Critosis have receipts on me? See, I didn't understand it. I learned, okay? I'm learning more and more. Isn't like I have an audience. Which point seems having receipts on me is a bit insane and paranoid. He didn't need to engage with me. It seems really odd that this bigger content creator basically took my criticism of his video so seriously he did a 4-hour video on me. That's just shocked. I was like, dude, that's crazy. I talked about it. I'm like, dude, that is so funny. I triggered this one dude who's serious Fallout Bethesda hater, which I understand. Part of my research was just to look at these critics. He just had such an issue. He really, 4-hour video. First hour, he had at least 2 lies about me. Are you even sure they're real? In context, I'll admit a bit of shit and trash talking, but nothing to extreme opinion. Having an audience is irrelevant. That doesn't change the fact you've been causing drama with Cree and obsessing over blah, blah, blah. Is that the same one? Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I'm done understanding your logic. Still don't know why you're White Knight for Cree so hard, networking clout, etc. The guy doesn't take criticism very well. Same people who criticize you is assessed, and lunatic is just a cope. That's my personal opinion. Then there was something. Are you an idiot? Someone asked about Steel Man. I didn't keep all the receipts. Are you an idiot? Steel Man is presenting an argument in strongest form. Even in strongest form, it can be proven wrong. Would anyone disagree with that? Evidently. But deflect. I'm not going to 6 there. So did you even watch my video? Or are you just that much of a simp that you took Cree's word on the matter? I think it's the latter, because researching and asking questions for nerds, right? I don't need to watch your videos to get the impression you're a massive idiot since I witnessed your content through critiicize. So obviously he was influenced by critiicize's opinion on me. So he just self-admitted that he just took someone's word and took someone's framing of the situation. And the Brother Near's boyfriend, that does not prove at all that you didn't start the drama with him or go after him as well, nor does it excuse the way you acted and the things you twisted against him. I used facts against him. Don't care. Thought I would bring it up. To see, Brother Near doesn't do any research. I really hope Krilix here doesn't fall down the same path, because he self-admitted he does not do research. He just bullshits, in my opinion. He has an opinion like most people. He goes with his baseline opinion, then post hoc rationalize it. At least that's my interpretation of it, because they definitely fall into a tribalist line. And I think Krilix here has potential, but he's just going to squander it. Yeah, he's going to get probably the same amount of views, keep up with them if he keeps it, but Brother Near, Twitter's non-existent now. He gets in too many fights. I haven't been keeping up with him, so I don't know why his Twitter account banned. Did he just spurg out and deactivate it? I'm not going to take guesses, but I know since Psychonaut Therapy, Gay Frog Boy, didn't try ratioing me, obviously he doesn't want to spread me countering the false claims. The narrative they're playing.
By your logic, sounds like someone can't.
Keep that same energy.
Oh my god. Or, they can't even please the audience in any way, shape, or form. But whatever. Lefties are just miserable people that want to get revenge on their parents or their friends that don't believe in their brainwashing ideas.
No, I do not know about the Damien Rose situation with Bridget. Is it something I should look up? I know of that name. Maybe I'll look it up later. Thanks for the heads up. I'll see if it's worth looking at.
To make a female main character or a black character or a gay character or a story or whatever with no motive behind it, they will still get lumped into the category of being lefty, casual, whatever. Character or a gay character or a story or whatever with no motive.
Projection much?
It sucks too, because people who actually want to make a female main character or a black character or a gay character or a story or whatever with no motive behind it, they will still get lumped into the category of being lefty, casual, whatever, because we can't tell the difference anymore with the oversaturation of companies shoving all this leftist shit in our faces.
You literally just admitted that you're so fucking stupid that you can't tell the difference between when there's a black character there for an agenda and when there's just a black character there as the main character, because why the fuck not? How the fuck you stooped at this low levels of intelligence level is beyond me, but then again, you isolating yourself by sitting inside your basement all day might just explain it.
But I will.
Yeah, he's a little bit triggered because he doesn't understand the culture war at all, or don't want to admit to it. He definitely got angry there. And this contradicted his point when he tried to just project what he believes are Synthetic Man's thoughts onto Anna Waifu here. I guess that's something most people could understand. But that sort of disproves what you said. She just admitted that a black person, a woman, can be in a video game or a story without it being woke. He just went off of some weird tangent that makes me think he just got really irritated by that for some reason. Probably because maybe he is a closeted leftist, just not the Jim Sterling sort of leftist, because Jim Sterling isn't cool. Jim Sterling really, he gets one of those leftists who, as he said, Hogwarts Legacy, the leftists like Josh Kunt, that should be the nickname, Josh Kunt. He's a gay guy, so man, pussy. Josh Kunt, sort of going off about J.K. Rowling, but still saying, oh, those crazy leftists, but I can see your point here if you phrased it. That guy's a complete idiot. Krilix here, actually, I still admit, better than most of this group. Another reason to cover this is just because this is probably the best video out of them. I haven't watched others. Maybe I'll watch others to give some credit to it, but oh god, there's like, I'll check it in a bit.
We'll move on before I get shadow banned off YouTube.
Yeah, you have 500 subs, you're not getting shadow banned, calm the fuck down. But that's basically the video so far. The rest is really just her doing an outro, and we don't need to sit through any more of this fucking dog shit than we have already. I guess the main takeaway is that if you're a casual, you're just a fucking lefty. There's no way around it. What's that? You're a conservative Christian? No, you play games casually, you're a fucking lefty. Deal with it. But jokes aside, after recording this video, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get more videos out in time before I have to.
That's the end of the video. Let's go back to this. Oh. Ugh. Oh yeah, playlist I set up. I wasn't even intending to do this until I got the comment from him. I guess it's past his bedtime. He is a young man, so probably not up, or probably doesn't want to deal with it 2 hours ago. That's life. Playlist. How many other ones? I'm not going to engage in it. I thought it was funny. So, Big Country, Thunderstruck, Brother Near 2.0, Krilix, Insane Synthetic Fangirl. Okay, that's a different issue. Basically, Anna Waifu claimed that Josh Cunt, I keep fucking up that sort of interpretation of his name, claimed that Synthetic Man was a pedo, which he hinted at heavily. He wants to deny this. Oh, you're crazy. You didn't. I'm not going to get into that drama. I think she's overreacting. Everyone's being called pedos. But of course, the whole Griffin game and slanders Kurtosis was him joking about Kurtosis because of his figure. I think it's poor and lazy to claim or even joke about someone being a pedophile or into other freaky stuff, but I think it's lazy. Again, I don't think she should be making that claim. He probably did not intend to. Oh, I just called it weird. That reminds me. Reminds me of when Ravencross said no, he wasn't calling Griffin Gaming a pedophile. He just said it's sus or weird that he was DMing with this young girl. Same logic. And Kim Cunt covered that drama, so he should know that the implications of you saying that term weird, along with all the joking about the I'll just do that. It's a short. I might as well just cover it. I think he's too serious. Not that. I'll just do this. Oof. Just finish up with it. Since I brought it up stupidly. Not her whole video. Just a stupid little short.
For all the people who told me wanting Atreus and Angrboda to show any kind of romantic interest in each other is pedophilia, you guys sure do love your underage lesbian love stories.
He is not fucking doubling down on his creepy ass take from the God of War video, is he? My fucking god, no. Him getting mad at Atreus and Angrboda not having romantic interest in each other was creepy as shit. Not just because they were underage, but the
Okay, implication here. It's creepy as shit. Okay, yeah.
fact that he saw a boy and a girl on screen and his immediate thought was, why aren't they fucking? Like,
well, that clip, even if people are trying to make claims, he makes this claim. He did not make that claim in that. Show the clip if you want to make that claim that he's thinking that they're fucking. Okay, bad form. Maybe he says it someplace, but Kim is definitely distorting the truth here.
What?
Or maybe Anna Waifu's distorting this. I don't think that's the case. I think she's legitimately believe it. Synthetic Zan said this because the game was hinted these two were in love. I don't think she defended it very well. This isn't really what I wanted to do. Implying, yes. What Kim did here is not okay. He's trying to put the seed in people's mind, calling out his actions, not okay in any shape and form. Fair enough.
For all the people who told me wanting Atreus and Angrboda to show any kind of romantic interest in each other is pedophilia, you guys sure do love your...
Let me just get to the place. Why don't I just go to Kunt Kun Kim Kunt Kun. Josh. His name's horrible. Okay, good. It's not bringing up the dictator. I brought it up, so... Okay. Here. Let's just watch the short.
For all the people who told me wanting Atreus and Angrboda to show any kind of romantic interest in each other is pedophilia, you guys sure do love your underage lesbian love stories.
He is not fucking doubling down on his creepy ass take from the God of War video, is he? My fucking god, no. Him getting mad at Atreus and Angrboda not having romantic interest in each other was creepy as shit. Not just because they were underage, but the fact that he saw a boy and a girl on screen and his immediate thought was, why aren't they fucking? Like, what?
It doesn't even matter because despite literally being given a waifu, he doesn't show any sexual interest in her whatsoever.
Yeah.
She's a child, bro. They're the last two of the species.
Yeah, that definitely could be interpreted rather badly. Okay, sexual interest does not mean... Yeah, it definitely... The implications there. It's really bad phrasing on Synthetic Man, but he's not talking about his own interest. He's thinking horny boy. There is an easy interpretation. Oh, Synthetic Man thinks this guy's a young horny boy. Why isn't he all up on some chick who's of his age who's fairly attractive?
Dude, and it's ancient Norse. Okay, these are ancient times that the fucking age of consent didn't exist.
Yeah, that line there. This is really lame, but it's not a horrible meme. Okay, I think it's a stupid joke, just like I thought Griffin Gaming calling Kratos and his friends because of the furry avatars. Okay, yeah, I need to switch. This happens too much. The pausing not very conducive to streaming. Gonna have to figure out StreamYards. Let's hope that doesn't fuck up. According to my debate with Gray, it seemed to have went well, and this has gone bad twice when I used it. So let's just finish this up and close out.
Uh-oh, that sounds like pedophilia.
Yeah, I would say that is strong implication. So I don't know why Kim is just being like, no, I didn't strongly apply. Sorry, this is brain dead stupid. He didn't say it, but he put this joke in. But again, calling people pedos over the smallest stuff is just what's done on the internet. Just accept it. But the double standards of, well, Kim is a dumb kid and he doesn't understand really anything. Same with Krilix. Kid test it. Griffin fanboy approved. Sometimes it's good to repeat stuff like that, even if it is a lame joke. So, I'm done. Thanks to all who came. Sorry it's such a lame stream where it kept on pausing. And the content was rather lame also. I wasn't top game. I just impromptu, you know. Krilix gave me the comment. thought I would actually engage in his video. Same criticism towards me when I was beefing with Brother Near. Again, literally blindly defending me on the debate. Please, if you want to take a look at the debate, my video on the debate with Brother Near and Krilix, and try to figure out if I was blindly defending Krilix in it, I just happened to agree with his perspective for the most part. And what I didn't care about, I didn't care about. So I don't know where I blindly agreed with him. I thought technically I said Krilix should have pressed Brother Near in several places, but, he wanted to keep things on friendly terms, and he's with them now, pretty much. I really think it's stupid. Brother Near has a bad habit of getting in himself into trouble and shit like that, at least with mischief. I really think it's questionable, his past, his behavior, and all sorts of stuff, but I will state that is my opinion. Not someone who knows him. Supposedly, Super Smash 97's been friends with him for a bit, and pretty much the kicking can they have around. Road Breach, who... it's just some of this stuff with Road Breach is just questionable. Definitely deleted the one comment. Is that how I spell it? Seriously. He has Defense Force aside from his... It just doesn't fit. He tries to do it, and he apologized for his video on Brother Near... on Luke's... Oh yeah, might as well show this last section. Let's see, yeah, a whole bunch of cringy content. I don't know how someone like this... Okay, I feel like there's something relevant. 4 days ago, I ended up removing the video. I'm not going to worry about that. Might as well bring this up since I'm here. Might as well get it on the record. Not that anyone who is a fan... I just know Brother Near had a video on him. No, I'm looking for. He deletes too much. Too many community posts. Yeah, boring. One thing I want to get down on video. Oh, God. Yeah, another Brother Near simp. How much is true? And they treat him rather badly. Brother Near has a whole video. Oh, here it is. Road Breach was pathetic. Road Breach, buddy. And he promoted it. Near made a solid video on Go Watch. Probably not solid. I did not watch. Really? Dude hates Lolly, but it's weird to me. So is Lolly. I don't know. Here, Vincent Martin decided to make a abominable video on dead drama. Wasn't dead. Something I need to address. This is what I said in the comments. Yeah, I think he made the comment and immediately deleted it because I did not delete it. Yeah, on the deleted video he did. He said kick rocks because of what I said about Critosis. His video was bad. I doubt he even watched it. He probably just went to it, listened for a few seconds. I think this is a lie from Road Breach. I did not delete the comment. Maybe YouTube did it. I don't know. But yeah, I assumed you deleted it, saw my notification, clicked, it disappeared. This is something I want Road Breach. Not that I think he'll watch this, because I think this is really a toxic relationship. You would have to look into it. You really wanted me to mention that from a outsider's perspective, that it looks like you're in an abusive relationship with this group of content creators to a disturbing degree. I think I understand why you made this comment, and this post saying dead drama, I should move on. Probably the same juvenile manipulation tricks worked on you. I do hope I'm wrong about Brother Nier being a manipulator of some type. This is probably hidden. But all of this is probably a waste to say to someone who is so strongly devoted to a group who is considering mocking you, yet you make the video. I need to apologize to X Lucas. I would say get away from them, but I doubt you would listen, since you probably fall under the delusion that I'm doing this for clout or views or whatever BS you've been told. Good luck. I hope you won't need it. Genuinely believe this is a rather sad parasocial relationship this young autistic YouTuber has with Brother Nier. Super Smash 97 also had the same thing, and they kicked him to the curb recently. So I don't know what else to say. Oh, I wasn't showing any of this? No. How did I get that? Weird. Ooh. Must have accidentally put the cover up. Or YouTube just hit it. I doubtful. Okay. No one's watching, I hope. Okay. Want to read it for yourself? What he said, I love how I'm in the thumbnail when you barely even mention me in your dog shit video. You need to move on from the shit. Your video sucked. You refuse to leave Kree alone. Not to mention you're really grasping at straws trying to make it look near like a shitty person. No, I think he's a shitty person. That's my opinion, and I make that state. I believe he's a manipulator of some type. I'll double down on that. To use Nier breakdown as some sort of own, I did not. It's a proof of manipulation, okay? He does something bad and sort of, maybe I'm wrong on that. It was just mischief. I did not use it. Feel sort of bad about it. He sort of left. I didn't think that he would actually react that way to almost anything. I brought up the Griffin game and drama. And he's like, you're trying to use that as own on me? Yeah, maybe an overstep, but you know what? Trying to figure out if people are humans. Sometimes they seem to be AI and show no remorse or embarrassment. It was my second encounter. And that whole interaction was weird, so shit. Still, he said he wanted to have fun trying to bully me, and you know what? I don't like bullies. So that sort of had the gloves come off. But yeah, okay, I'm an asshole. I think he's a bigger asshole. And I don't try to lead on people. I really think, okay, best end the stream before I say anything more that I can't prove, because I can't prove any suspicions. What's your evidence or proof? It just really seems odd. And shit. Thought it'd be nice to get this on the record. But you know what? No one's going to watch it. No one's going to care, because small time lol pig. Credits. So